you and welcoming this news today, because having spoken to the unions this afternoon, it's clear that there are still some serious concerns amongst the unions regarding some of these proposals, particularly in relation to the pensions scheme and the longer-term aspects. But do you also agree with me now that this has to be supported by Welsh Government and UK Government investment? You've already indicated, I think you just said, I heard, that you're going to make some announcements perhaps towards that end. Will you also talk to the Cabinet colleagues in Westminster to ensure they now honour some of their commitments of support for the steel industry? Tata's announcement itself asked for support for the steel industry on some of the aspects. We need that for long-term investment. When you hopefully will meet with Ratan Tata, I did call for you to do that earlier, I think it's also important for you to get him to actually give an undertaking personally to the steel industry here in the UK, because Alan Price is right in what he said, is there's a lack of confidence in Tata's commitments because of the last 12 months, and that has strained the relationship between the employees and the company. It is now important that that confidence is returned, and perhaps personal commitments from Ratan Tata might help that process. And I think it is important we get that, so that the commitments that are being made for 5 years, we have confidence will be delivered, and that the 10-year £1 billion investment is therefore likely to ensure that those commitments and the works will go ahead in the longer term. Can you also tell me as to what discussions you might be having now with ThyssenKrupp to look at the merger proposals? We know from the previous reports as to their consolidation considerations. Now, this is a plan for 5 years. What's their position in relation to the next 5 years? And will they also be honouring such commitments if the merger takes place? I think we need that. I welcome the skills, because efficiency and productivity is the way forward. But we also need to look at how we get the markets and procurement undertaken, so we can get the competitiveness in delivering and actually selling the steel. So will you also look at ways in which the Welsh Government can look at procurement to again ensure the steel that is produced in Wales can be used in Wales whenever possible, and if not in Wales, discuss with your colleagues in Westminster that it's used in England and Scotland and Ireland, so that we can get the best for our steel industry. Cabinet Secretary, this announcement has lifted, to an extent, I use the word to an extent, the darkness away from many steel workers and their families. They've been living through hell for the last 12 months. There's no doubt about that. The communities that around them have tried to support them, but there's been uncertainty, and that support, therefore, has been limited because of that uncertainty. What they want now and what we want now is certainty. I hope that this actual statement starts that process of certainty.
I'd like to thank the member for his questions and say it most certainly does just that. And I'm surely not the only member in this chamber to have family employed within the Tata Steelworks estate, and today marks a very significant moment in terms of giving security to many people who have lived the past year in a constant state of anxiety about their future employment. In terms of our engagement with UK Government, the member is absolutely right. We will continue to press UK Government ministers to support steel in the UK, and I will be meeting tomorrow with the UK Government Minister Nick Hurd, who is Minister for State for Climate Change and Industry, to discuss Tata Steel and the support that we now expect of UK Government. We certainly expect UK Government to take action in terms of energy costs and on research and development to ensure that the steel industry is sustainable for the long-term future. I will also be leaving the Chamber to go to speak by video conference with Bill Mendrajar, and I will be raising the issues that you pointed out concerning a pretty crucial role that Ratan Tata could play in easing tensions and reinstating trust within the workforce for Tata. In terms of our engagement with ThyssenKrupp, I would now be very pleased to engage with them. It's our expectation that the conditions that we have laid out for our support, and the support that I hope to be announcing in the coming days, would have to stand any merger and would have to be conditional on any ongoing support. In terms of procurement, David Rees is aware of the work stream as part of the Steel Task Force that has been looking into this area to ensure that we can exploit every and any opportunity in terms of public procurement projects and infrastructure projects. I do believe that with a package of support that we are offering, with the potential support that UK government could and, in my view, should bring forward, steelmaking in Wales and the UK has a very bright future from today onward.
John Griffiths.